Good evening. My name is Chris Hunter. I'd like to thank Mr. Dorshevitz for calling me up, and also Supervisor for calling me up. Both of you invited me to do some research and look into this. Supervisor, you reiterated pretty much everything you said tonight to me, which is this is not Kid Rock, this is not Freedom Hill, and we've been fully transparent with this entire project. So I went back, and with the help of friends and assistants, I did the research. And the transparency does not start until this was a done deal, in my opinion. Having done this research, I can tell you I am adamantly opposed to this project. I'm not sure why it's going forward without any type of vote. And you talked about transparency. I think the board should really consider whether this is subject to a violation of the Open Meetings Act. Here's why. Because September 28th, 2010, the board adopted and presented to the public the 2010 Community Park Recreation Open Space and Greenway Plan. My understanding is this has to be done every 5 years. This was done through a millage, and the public voted to pass the proposal and agreed to a 0.2459 millage. There's no indication of any type of addition to the park. Yes.
Township voted 2.54 mils for our open and green space?
0.2459. That's right, but it's a parks and recreation funding. Okay. So there's right.
I just was curious where you said the township voted. Okay, Wayne County Parks. Okay.
Now, in the community park document, it actually speaks to the township. It speaks to the golf course, which apparently at that point was not creating revenue. There were considerations of privatizing the golf course, building a ramp over the stream, talking about these soccer fields and baseball fields, walking trails, and the possibility of a dog park. That was part of the survey that was done. There's no mention of an amphitheater. There's no mention of the type of project being done now. And if I got the numbers right, the budget was about $38,000. So skip forward, we have in 2013, in April, we had this special meeting. At the special meeting, there is no indication other than a general, we're going to do sewer and water, we're going to do some type of park maintenance, we are going to do some type of generic general expenditures. And this is the proposal, this is the bond, which was done April 23rd, 2013. The first mention of an amphitheater I can find on anything, and actually, Supervisor, you're the one who pointed this out to me, doesn't come until July 23rd and July 18th in the executive summaries. For the first time, there's mention of an amphitheater. Now, the part that really bothers me, and I'm not sure if everyone has gone back to do this research, there was back on September 10th, 2013, Mr. Dorshevitz made a motion for a request for a formal communication plan to inform the public on the details of the new meeting center, pavilion, and amphitheater. It was moved by Mr. Dorshevitz and seconded by Mr. Kirby. It was voted down by Mr. Arnold, Ms. Conzelman, Mr. Edwards, Kelly, and Ream. Voted down. And now you come to me and you tell me we have been open and transparent, yet you voted against communication to the township. You voted against informing me that when I was voting in favor of a bond, not voting in favor of a bond, but when I was being subjected to a bond, that this was going to impact me. When I'm voting for millages, I was not informed that this was going to impact me. And yes, Ms. Conzelman, you can look it up. I have it right here if you want to see the minutes, because the board board was kind enough to direct me to the right place. So that's my concern, is now being directed to where I should look and being told that I was properly informed of everything going on, I now see that I was not. And the only thing I can see is we seem to be building a skyscraper from the top down. This project has gone forward full steam without an impact statement, without environmental impacts being done, without the legacy cost, without the maintenance cost, without supervision, without a business plan, without a survey. I think the architectural presentation was beautiful. You can't sell me on a Ferrari by driving in front of me. I know it's going to cost me money. I know this is going to cost me money. And I wanted to be involved in that before these decisions were made, before the money was spent, and it simply didn't happen. And I can't find any mention prior to that, the fall 2013 you put up. By the time that was shown, this was a done deal. The time to tell me about this was 3 years earlier, when apparently this was in the planning stages, or maybe something was happening. Not after the vote was done, not after the money was spent, not after the architecture firm was retained. So I'm severely disappointed in this board. I really hope you'll reevaluate your position. I'm astounded to learn that the supervisory committee had no people from our community, meaning Beacon Hills, where I reside. I'm shocked at the lack of transparency. Despite the fact you keep telling me I was well informed, I can't see anything being done before this was already a done deal, and that's disappointing. So if there's something to be done to stop this, put a hold on it and ask our opinions. I would ask that you do that.